What up, ladies and gentlemen, Chen Chen here bringing you guys another video. Today we got a very special video because as you can see in the title and the community post I made a couple days ago, we have reached Masters. This is a huge achievement for me. If you read through that post, you'll understand why. Obviously, I've been HARDSTUCK Diamond for roughly a year and a half now, and as a player who spends practically their whole life on this game, not making any sort of improvement and being HARDSTUCK in an ELO really hurts basically your, I don't want to say ego, but your self-confidence in the game of League of Legends. So actually being able to reach Masters really means a whole lot. In this video, this very special video, I'm going to tell you literally everything I did differently that allowed me to go from HARDSTUCK Diamond to Masters. Really quickly, if you're not Diamond, this video won't fully apply to you, but there's a lot of takeaways that you can do to climb further from whatever elo you are HARDSTUCK, but a lot of this will have to do with just breaching that barrier to get into Masters, because I truly believe Diamond is probably the main elo that separates a bad player from a good player. You know, if you're, I believe truly anyone who works hard enough can get to Diamond, and then after that, that's where it'll separate the good players from bad players. So with that being said, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button, join the Crimson Pack by subscribing to the channel. Let's get right into the video. Alright, so really quickly, I do want to mention that I am a little bit sick. You guys can probably hear that through my voice, but this sickness, it kind of came and went, I should say, because I had it last week as well, and that's kind of why I didn't post a video. So I don't know, I had it for like 2 days, then I didn't have it at all, and then now I have it. So it is what it is. That's why the voice is going to be weird. Anyways, let's dive straight into the video. We are going to break the video into 4 parts. I'm going to have timestamps for you guys. And really quick, I also want to mention, none of these tips are actually going to say, like, get better out of the game. I am basically going into this video with the mentality of knowing that you are already a decent player and you can already reach Masters, but these factors are stopping you from reaching Masters. Basically, if you are ass at the game, time will tell, and you can probably tell as well, and you just don't deserve Masters. If you know you are bad at the game, this video is not going to help you. You know, you're going to have to watch basic fundamentals, basic game knowledge, all those type of things, which is plenty on YouTube. But these are the things that most people don't tell you. It's a lot about mentality, it's a lot about knowing the system, and that's what we're going to be diving into the video today. Also, in the background, you are going to see a gameplay of the very first game of Masters. We somehow won, even though I had a complete win trading troll buffoon. You're going to see through the highlight of the gameplay, but basically my Seraphine was absolutely trolling. So yeah, even in Masters, you will get trolled, but luckily we won. Alright, diving into the very first category of how to go from HARDSTUCK Diamond to Masters is knowing the system. What I mean by this is the 30-30-40 rule. Basically, you have 30% games where you are auto loss, 30% games where you are auto winning, and 40% games where you can actually impact the game. This brings about the very importance of playing consistently, and I kind of want to test your mentality here a little bit. So if you are playing consistently and you are genuinely playing good, and especially those 40% games where you can actually impact the game, you deserve Masters, or you deserve higher than Masters. But this is where the coin flip players come in, right? 30-30-40, if you split that 40 into 20, it's going to create a 50-50, which is why most coin flip players have 50% win rate. Pretty self-obvious, self-explanatory. But that is why these 40% games are very, very important. If you are inting in half of those games and then popping off in the other half, you're breaking consistency and you will not be able to climb. You have to make sure out of those 40%, at least 35 to 40% of those games, you are doing the best you can, right? Sometimes, yes, it's going to be hard to win. Sometimes you make minor mistakes, but if you make major mistakes, if you're constantly inting in lane, if you're not soaking any pressure and getting free, just being a free target to get ganked, you are not going to effectively climb. You have to understand the system, you have to know the system by heart, and comprehend that those 40% games that you can actually impact, you have to focus on. These are the best of auto review. These are best to play your best, and understand exactly what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Obviously, in those 30% game losses, there's nothing to learn from them. I mean, maybe you played the lane wrong, but if you have like 3 autofills, come on guys, that's just an auto loss, right? If you have an instant troll or an instant AFK, those are auto losses. You should not be dwelling on those games. And then furthermore, on the flip side, if you get an auto win, if you get like an 80% win rate smurf, just absolutely 1v9ing, you shouldn't focus too much on the game. That's not where you want to focus your time on and focus your mentality on. These 40% games, which are majority of the games that you're going to be playing out, that's where you want to focus on. And moving on to the next one, which is basically tying on to the first one, is the ability to abuse the system. So long you know the system, you can actually abuse your way to make this 30% auto loss significantly less. And that's honestly what I believe I was able to do to actually get masters. I utilized and I abused the system extremely hard. What do I mean by this? What do I mean by abusing the system? Well, I'm talking about dodging and loss spree. So let me first talk about dodging. Dodging is so crucial, guys. Checking op.gg, multi-op.gg, or whatever website you use is super critical in determining whether that game is an auto loss, that game is an auto win, or that game is a 40% game. If you're really good at telling this and you're able to abuse it, you're going to be able to climb, obviously. So when should you dodge? When should you know that it's an auto 30% game that's an auto loss? Well, like I said earlier, if you have a crap ton of autofills completely ruin the game, especially if they are autofill jungle or they are autofilled AD carry. Those are the 2 most significant roles that if you just have a complete buffoon in, you're not going to be able to win. No matter how good you are, it's going to be extremely hard to actually impact, and there's just no reason to go into a game with the knowledge that you're going to get gapped in the jungle and the enemy jungler is just going to completely impact the map. There's no reason to do that to yourself, so keep in mind of that. Keep in mind, even when you're getting autofilled yourself, if you know that you're a 1 to 2 trick on your main role and you don't know how to play another role, why are you going into the game? That's either going to be an auto loss or that's going to be a 40% game where, you know, your gameplay determines the win, but you're autofilled. There's no way you're going to win. So keep that in mind. If you're autofilled, it's another great reason to dodge. And another reason is when someone picks or first times champions. Now, personally, I don't dodge a whole lot in this scenario, but if you have like 2 to 3 more players that are literally first timing a champion, it's a pretty good dodge for obvious reasons, right? Maybe their one shot got banned, maybe once again they're autofilled and they're first timing a champ. These are all good reasons to dodge. Now, some exceptions to this that I've done throughout my climb is mainly towards the top lane. If they're autofilled top and they're first timing Malphite, generally I'll allow it. You do not need much skill to play Malphite, alright? Simply put. So that there is some barriers or some exceptions to this dodging rule, but just please abuse the system. Riot will literally give you, through their matchmaking, basically what game it already is. 30, 30, 40. They're gonna tell you. It's literally there. So long you have some sort of analyzing skills, you will be able to tell what game you're in, and it's very important to dodge. Now, once again, going into loss spree, the other sort of mechanism of abusing the system, if you are losing consistently like 2 to 3 games each session, I highly recommend stopping. It's not because maybe your next game is going to be better. It's not even because you're trying to reset your mentality. It's just because it's better to abuse the system, right? Go try playing another game or, you know, take some rest and then go back into it. You're gonna feel a lot better. Now, furthermore, going on to this, if these 2 to 3 losses are because, simply put, you're not dodging the games that you should have dodged, or maybe they are a 40% game that you can actually impact, but you just, you know, maybe you didn't play well, maybe, simply put, you got unlucky with those teammates, or they, you know, got caught or something. Those are fine, but you have to realize to stop. Even if you're not tilted, it's still very good to stop. Just avoid these loss sprees. Throughout my climb to Masters, you know, I hovered D1 significantly for a long time actually, for like maybe a week and a half. I did not lose like I probably lost 3 games max out of in terms of loss spree, and I never demoted back to D2, and that's very significant because I avoided loss sprees. You know, I went into a game, if I got unlucky teammates, or you know, something bad happened that was out of my control, I'm most likely going to stop playing and just maybe take a break, maybe next day. That's when I continue playing. So make sure you're abusing the system, make sure you're dodging effectively, and make sure you're avoiding loss spree. Also, tying on to dodging for 10 LP is more or less not worth. The dodge timer is 24 hours. I literally have a Word document where I have all my accounts and I have the dodge timers time by time, and I look and refer to it. So if you're a player that really focuses on dodging and you can't like hard carry games, I highly recommend after you get your first dodge out, your -3, you just stop playing for 24 hours. That is probably going to be most effective for you. That's obviously not what I did, especially for example, in my last push to Masters, I actually dodged in my very first game that day. So I played 8, maybe 7-ish games where I just didn't dodge, but that's because I felt very confident in carrying. I played really well, and I was just ready to win. So keep that in mind, guys. Losing 3 is fine. Losing 10 feels really, really bad. But obviously, in my climb, if I had like 4 buffoons, I'm still gonna dodge and take the -10. I got pretty lucky. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright, third category for this video is the outside mentality. This is honestly such a big deal for me, and it helped me significantly. This is basically what you can do to keep a good mentality. I think League, if you have a better mentality, you're going to be able to win 90% more of your games, and that's just facts, guys. So outside mentality, what I mean by this is basically whatever helps you relax or soothe your brain, get into the mindset of being able to play effectively and at your best, do that every single time before you queue up. So for me personally, my soothing ritual is when I take a shower. Maybe that works for you guys. I think it's pretty soothing for a lot of people, so maybe try it. It soothes me significantly. Like, I think every single game I played on my account that got to Masters was done after I took a shower, which is just kind of funny in my opinion, but it really does help, guys. Some other soothing rituals that might work for you guys, maybe reading, maybe, I don't know, meditation, ASMR, anything. Whatever helps you get in a better mindset and just ready to not tilt, play your best, and go into every game ready to dominate. That is tip number 3, or category number 3 of basically reaching Masters, right? Fixing your mentality is super important, and being able to do that will help you significantly. Also, another thing is just more sleep. I don't think there's like a correlation to why this works. Actually, there might be. Basically, when you get more sleep, you're probably less grouchy, and that comes a long way in terms of playing League, especially when you get bad teammates. So try to get more sleeps. For me personally, I know this sounds weird, but towards the night end, I always sleep late, but after I really committed and wanted to climb, I actually deleted a lot of sites or things that I used that was keeping me up. Mainly TikTok, alright? I'm not gonna lie. TikTok was just too freaking addicting, and so I had to delete it. Maybe you guys play games at night, maybe you guys watch YouTube at night, maybe you guys probably watch TikTok at night. Try to delete it. Or even that, maybe like lower your usage of the app. I know for me, I fully committed, so I just simply deleted the whole app, and I managed to get 30 to an hour more sleep than I would have gotten if I didn't delete it. So that is that. Moving on to category number 4 of how to go from HARDSTUCK Diamond to Masters is creating a schedule for yourself. And this is very personalized. This is very focused on yourself and what works for you. For me, my schedule goes like this. I realize in the early of the days, especially since I have school and I do most of my climbs after school, I realize that in the morning I'm not actually playing as good as I should be, and I'm not playing at my optimum best. As I mentioned earlier, after I take a shower is when I play my best. So in general, in the mornings, I still want to get some sort of warm-up, I still want to get some sort of practice, so I actually go to I don't want to call it a for fun account, but basically that is what it is. I go into a different account, I play games, play ranked, and I'm not like trying to troll. I'm not going Ghost Ignite, or not Ghost Ignite, but like Ghost Cleanse, running it down, but I'm limit testing, I'm practicing, I'm, you know, getting ready for mentality wise, playing in high diamond. It's very, very effective. Now, I know a lot of people, especially since I read a recent Reddit post, that some people play their best in the mornings or play their best in their first 3 games. Then obviously I don't recommend doing this. Maybe just, you know, eat a good breakfast, you know, create some sort of schedule that works for you. For me, it's obviously wake up, play a lesser account, you know, get some good practices in. Even if I end, as long as I'm limit testing and learning more about my champion, it's still worth it. And yeah, and then I go into a shower, then I go into ranked. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the video. I didn't want to make this video too long, but these are things that I don't see people talking a whole lot about, and these are things that you guys can absolutely abuse. And no matter what elo you are, even if you're like iron, if you fix your sleep schedule, if you know, fix your mentality, if you abuse the system with dodging and loss sprees, they're pretty universal to help you guys climb, especially if you're hard stuck. Anyways, that is it from me. Masters is just the beginning of my journey. You all know I am reaching for the stars. Hashtag shock the world. We are going for Challenger. And hopefully I can take you guys along with my journey. That is it from me. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button. Join the Crimson Pack by subscribing to the channel. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Chen Chen out.